Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, onto the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail! The latest whispers coming out of Glasgow's fierce football battleground suggest that Russell Martin, the head coach of Rangers, might have gone a step too far in his rivalry with Celtic by allegedly hurling some serious insults at their fan base. The murmurs started swirling after a recent post-match interview where Martin was caught on a hot mic uttering words that have left many Celtic supporters both shocked and furious. Now, this isn't just your regular banter between rival fans. It's being described as a provocation, heavy enough to stir up a proper storm across Scottish football circles. You know how this rivalry goes. It's one of the fiercest in the world, and anything said or done on either side tends to echo far beyond the stadiums. Social media erupted instantly as Celtic supporters took to Twitter and Instagram, dissecting every clip, every word, trying to figure out if this was a moment of genuine disrespect or just a misunderstood comment. The Rangers camp, meanwhile, stayed tight-lipped, at first refusing to confirm or deny the alleged insult, which only fanned the flames of speculation. Some insiders claim Martin's frustration boiled over after a tough loss with emotions running high, leading to a slip-up that might cost him dearly in terms of public relations. But is this all just a smokescreen? Or is there more behind these explosive allegations, adding fuel to the fire? Rumors suggest that this alleged provocation by Russell Martin wasn't an isolated incident, but part of a larger pattern of heated exchanges between him and the Celtic faithful. According to sources close to the Rangers training ground, the manager has often expressed his disdain for the Celtic fans during private team meetings, using language that insiders describe as uncharacteristically harsh for a professional in his position. Some claim that Martin, known for his calm and analytical style, has been increasingly rattled by the pressure of managing Rangers and the constant scrutiny from the media and supporters alike. This could explain a sudden shift in his public demeanor, turning from measured to provocative, especially when facing the Celtic supporters who notoriously chant and jeer throughout matches. The rivalry itself is built on decades of history, a mix of religious, cultural, and sporting tensions, which means any spark can easily ignite a bonfire of controversy. Fans on both sides are known for their passionate reactions, but when a figure like Martin is involved, the stakes get even higher. Could this be a tactical move to rally his squad and intimidate the opposition's fan base, or has Martin crossed a line that even the Rangers hierarchy might find hard to overlook? The aftermath is still unfolding, but the tension in Glasgow's football scene has undoubtedly been ramped up. The online reaction has been electric, with hashtags trending and fan forums buzzing about Martin's alleged comments. Celtic fans predictably are calling for an apology and demanding that the Scottish Football Association take a firm stance against what they perceive as disrespect towards their community. The Rangers supporters, however, seem divided. Some defend Martin, claiming it's just part of the intense rivalry and the kind of psychological warfare managers engage in, while others worry that this might tarnish the club's image and invite sanctions. This divide within Rangers' fan base highlights the complexity of the situation and shows how a single moment can polarize opinion. Media outlets are scrambling to verify the authenticity of the footage and transcripts, with some reports suggesting that what Martin said was taken out of context or even misheard. Still, the impact of these rumors cannot be underestimated in a football culture where words can be as sharp as knives. Meanwhile, Celtic's management is reportedly discussing then the next move behind closed doors, possibly considering formal complaints or public statements to address the situation. This whole episode could shape the narrative for the upcoming Old Firm derbies, adding an extra layer of drama to what is already the highlight of the Scottish football calendar. The tension is palpable, and everyone is waiting to see how this saga unfolds. Some insiders believe that if the rumors about Martin's provocation are true, this could be a sign of a broader issue within the Rangers camp. The pressure of leading one of Scotland's biggest clubs, managing expectations from fans dealing with media scrutiny, and navigating the fierce Old Firm rivalry might be wearing on the manager more than publicly visible. Football managers often walk a tightrope between motivating their teams and maintaining professionalism. But in high-stakes environments, emotions can sometimes get the better of even the most experienced. Martin's background as a calm and composed figure makes these allegations even more surprising, to many suggesting something behind the scenes might have pushed him to this breaking point. Some speculate that tensions within the Rangers' dressing room or disagreements with the club's hierarchy might be contributing to a more aggressive stance in public appearances. If Martin is indeed deliberately provoking Celtic fans, it could be a psychological tactic designed to destabilize their opponents before matches, but it also risks alienating neutrals and potentially inviting disciplinary action. The club's board will have to weigh these factors carefully if they want to avoid a PR nightmare and maintain focus on performance on the pitch. Whatever the truth, the spotlight on Martin's words has certainly put him in a controversial position, rarely seen in his managerial career. Meanwhile, Celtic fans are rallying behind their team more fiercely than ever, seeing this incident as yet another affront to their identity and pride. Supporters have been organizing campaigns online to raise awareness of what they consider unacceptable behavior from an opposing club's manager. There's talk of coordinated chants at upcoming matches, specifically targeting Martin and his alleged comments, turning the rivalry into a vocal showdown that could escalate tensions inside the stadiums. Some fan groups are even considering formal petitions to the league authorities to impose fines or sanctions on Martin or Rangers if these provocations continue. The Celtic community's reaction underlines how deeply intertwined football is, with local culture and identity in Glasgow, where Old Firm clashes carry weight far beyond the game itself. Yet there's also a call for more moderate voices urging calm and caution, warning that letting emotions run wild could lead to unsafe situations or unfair targeting of individuals. The management teams from both sides are undoubtedly monitoring the situation, closely balancing the need to protect their reputations while harnessing the passion that drives their fan bases. This situation has escalated from mere words to a potentially pivotal moment in the legendary rivalry's modern history, with everyone waiting to see if it will simmer down or explode in the next high-profile match. On the Rangers side, some believe that Martin's alleged outburst could be a calculated move, part of a larger psychological strategy to gain an edge over Celtic. Football managers often use mind games to unsettle their rivals, and Martin might be attempting to rattle the Celtic fans in the build-up to their next meeting. This kind of provocation isn't new in football, especially in derbies where the atmosphere is charged with history and passion. Some analysts point out that Martin's timing, right after a tough loss, could indicate an attempt to deflect criticism away from his team's performance by shifting the narrative onto the opposition's supporters. If true, this could be a risky gambit, as it may backfire by galvanizing Celtic fans and players rather than intimidating them. However, there are also voices within Rangers circles who warn that such provocations can damage the club's standing and alienate neutral fans who value sportsmanship and respect. The delicate balance between competitive fire and respect is often tested in high-profile rivalries, and Martin's position as a manager places him under a microscope. The coming weeks will be crucial in determining whether this incident remains a fleeting spark or ignites a broader conflict that shapes the atmosphere around the Old Firm rivalry for months to come. Football in Glasgow is never dull, and this episode adds yet another chapter to the saga. Despite the intense speculation and heated reactions, some voices within the football community are calling for a measured response, urging fans and media to avoid jumping to conclusions without full context. There's a belief that the rumor about Martin insulting the Celtic fans might be exaggerated or misinterpreted, and that cooler heads should prevail before making harsh judgments. In the fast-paced world of social media, clips can be taken out of context, words can be twisted, and emotions can escalate unnecessarily. This perspective stresses the importance of verifying facts and allowing the club and manager to respond appropriately before any formal conclusions are drawn. It's a reminder that behind the spectacle of rivalry and provocation, football remains a sport that thrives on competition, but also respect and professionalism. Martin's reputation and career could hang in the balance depending on how this situation is managed moving forward. The outcome might depend not just on what was said, but on how both clubs and governing bodies handle the fallout. Scottish football fans and observers alike are watching closely, knowing that the next moves could set the tone for an already electric season. The rumors and whispers continue, and only time will tell how this drama unfolds on and off the pitch. In this charged atmosphere, one thing is certain: the Rangers-Celtic rivalry has once again proven that it's more than just a game. It's a cultural phenomenon where every word, gesture, and incident can resonate deeply with millions. The alleged provocation by Russell Martin has added fresh fuel to a fire that burns brightly in Glasgow's football scene, captivating fans, media, and pundits alike. Whether it's a case of a manager losing his cool, a deliberate psychological tactic, or simply a misunderstanding blown out of proportion, the story has grabbed headlines and sparked debates across social platforms. This is the kind of drama that keeps football's narrative alive, intertwining passion, identity, and competition in ways few other sports can match. As the saga develops, fans from both sides will be eager to see how their teams and leaders respond. Will Martin apologize and attempt to smooth things over, or will he double down and embrace the provocative role? The stakes are high, and the eyes of the football world are fixed firmly on Glasgow, where history and rivalry continue to collide in spectacular fashion. The rumors swirl on promising an intense and unpredictable chapter in Scottish football's ever-evolving story, as the buzz around Russell Martin's alleged insult towards the Celtic supporters continues to escalate. Whispers are emerging about how this might impact the dynamic within the Rangers squad itself. Some insiders suggest that certain players might feel uncomfortable with their manager's provocative approach, fearing it could distract the team or bring unwanted disciplinary attention. The locker room atmosphere reportedly varies, with a few senior figures allegedly urging Martin to tone down his rhetoric for the good of the club's reputation and focus. Yet others within the squad seem to back the manager's combative style, believing that a little fire directed at the opposition's fans can serve as motivation and boost team spirit ahead of crucial fixtures. This internal divide might signal a tricky balancing act for Martin, who is trying to maintain unity while navigating the intense pressure of the old firm rivalry. On the Celtic side, the situation is just as tense, with players and staff said to be closely monitoring the situation, ready to respond if the provocation escalates further. The psychological warfare between these two sides is not just confined to the pitch, it's spread into the training grounds and social media channels, with both clubs bracing for what promises to be an increasingly fiery showdown. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Rumors are also swirling about the possible involvement of Rangers higher-ups in managing the fallout from Martin's comments. Sources hint that the club's board might be quietly intervening behind the scenes to contain the damage and avoid formal sanctions from the Scottish Football Association. There's talk that Rangers executives have held private meetings, with Martin reminding him of the fine line between passionate rivalry and disrespectful provocation. If these reports hold any truth, it shows a club keenly aware of its public image and the potential financial repercussions of disciplinary actions or fan backlash. However, some voices within the club reportedly sympathize with Martin's frustration, especially after recent results that have put Rangers under pressure to reclaim dominance in the league. Balancing support for their manager while enforcing professionalism is a delicate task, especially in the heat of the old firm rivalry where emotions run high and every word is scrutinized. Meanwhile, Celtic's management is said to be considering how best to respond without escalating tensions. Unnecessarily perhaps by filing formal complaints or appealing to the SFA for a review. The chess game behind the scenes is just as intense as the battles on the pitch. Fans from both camps are heightening their online presence, turning social media into a battleground where every comment, meme, and clip is analyzed and weaponized. Celtic supporters are reportedly using Martin's alleged insult as a rallying cry, intensifying their chants and matchday displays in an effort to psychologically unsettle the Rangers side. On the flip side, Rangers fans have embraced a defend our own mentality, pushing back against accusations that their manager has crossed the line. This online clash reflects the broader tribalism of football fandom in Scotland, where allegiances run deep and loyalty is fiercely defended. Some neutral observers warn that the digital war of words risks spiraling out of control, potentially inciting hostility beyond the safe confines of stadiums. As the Old Firm fixtures approach, the atmosphere is thick with anticipation, not just for the football, but for the inevitable fireworks that come with this legendary rivalry. Rumors of heightened security measures and increased steward presence at matches indicate that authorities are preparing for all scenarios. In this charged environment, every tweet and post contributes to the unfolding drama. There's also speculation that the media might be playing a significant role in amplifying the controversy surrounding Martin's alleged provocation. Some insiders suggest that rival news outlets and sports journalists are deliberately sensationalizing the story to boost viewership and engagement, knowing that the Rangers-Celtic rivalry is a guaranteed headline generator. This raises questions about the role of the press in inflaming tensions, potentially twisting words or context to create a more explosive narrative. Critics argue that while scrutiny is vital, responsible journalism should avoid fanning the flames unnecessarily, especially when the situation is still unfolding. The sensational headlines might also put additional pressure on Martin and both clubs to respond quickly and decisively, even if a more measured approach would be preferable. This media circus adds another layer to the complex web of factors shaping the current football feud in Glasgow. Fans and pundits alike are left wondering how much of the outrage is genuine and how much is orchestrated for maximum impact. Meanwhile, Martin's camp reportedly maintains that the manager's words have been blown out of proportion, hinting at a possible upcoming statement to clarify his position and calm the storm. The interplay between media hype and actual events is creating a fascinating, if volatile, spectacle, adding yet another twist to the saga whispers from within the Scottish Football Association, hint at possible disciplinary proceedings in the near future. Though nothing has been officially confirmed, sources claim that the governing body is investigating the incident to determine whether Martin's alleged remarks breach codes of conduct related to respect and sportsmanship. This prospect has caused quite a stir among fans and pundits, with many debating the potential consequences if Martin is found guilty of provoking the Celtic fans. Possible sanctions could range from fines and warnings to touchline bans, which would significantly impact Rangers' upcoming fixtures. Such penalties could also set a precedent for future conduct in the league, signaling that provocation and disrespect won't be tolerated regardless of the rivalry's intensity. On the other hand, some voices caution against harsh punishments that might escalate tensions further or be perceived as undermining the passionate nature of football derbies. The SFA's handling of this situation will be watched closely as it balances enforcing rules with preserving the spirit of competition. Meanwhile, both Rangers and Celtic supporters await developments, nervously knowing that the next chapter in this saga could redefine how rivalry and respect coexist in Scottish football. The drama is far from over and the stakes couldn't be higher. Meanwhile, speculation continues to swirl around Russell Martin's future at Rangers in light of the controversy. Some rumors suggest that if the situation deteriorates or if the manager faces serious disciplinary action, it could accelerate discussions within the club about his long-term role. Though Martin has enjoyed a solid start to his tenure, the pressure cooker atmosphere of the Old Firm rivalry combined with public controversies could push Rangers to consider alternative options. Critics argue that a manager embroiled in off-field controversies might struggle to maintain authority and focus within the squad, potentially undermining performance. Conversely, supporters of Martin stress his tactical acumen and leadership qualities, insisting that this incident should not overshadow his contributions. This speculation about Martin's job security is feeding into the wider debate about how football clubs manage personalities in high-pressure environments and balance competitive edge with professionalism. The potential fallout from this incident could have ripple effects beyond just the immediate controversy affecting transfers, fan support, and the overall direction of the club. For now, Martin appears determined to stay focused on football, but the rumor mill keeps churning, reminding everyone that in the world of football, nothing is ever truly settled until the final whistle. On the Celtic side, the alleged insult has apparently galvanized supporters and players alike, creating a renewed sense of unity and determination. Rumors from within the club suggest that the provocation is being used as motivational fuel in training sessions and team talks, with the squad embracing the role of the aggrieved party ready to defend their pride on the pitch. This psychological boost could translate into heightened performances in the upcoming fixtures, especially against their old rivals. However, some insiders caution that too much focus on off-field controversies can sometimes be a distraction warning. Celtic's management to keep the team grounded and focused on football fundamentals. The delicate balance between harnessing emotion and maintaining composure will be key in the high-pressure environment of the Old Firm matches. Fans are already planning elaborate choreographies and chants to respond to Martin's comments, aiming to turn the atmosphere at the stadium into a fortress of support and defiance. The growing anticipation is palpable as the rivalry enters another intense phase, fueled not just by competition, but by personal and collective pride. Whether this renewed fire will benefit Celtic on the pitch remains to be seen, but the buzz around the team has undoubtedly reached a fever pitch, adding yet more color to the saga. Finally, as the story unfolds, football lovers across Scotland and beyond are left captivated by the ongoing drama surrounding Russell Martin and the Rangers-Celtic rivalry. This episode highlights how deeply entwined football is with identity, emotion, and history, especially in one of the sport's most storied derbies. The blend of on-field action and off-field provocation creates a narrative rich with tension and unpredictability, drawing in fans who thrive on passion and drama. Whether the alleged insult is confirmed or disproven, the rumor itself has already shaped perceptions and added fuel to the intense competition between these iconic clubs. Moving forward, the way Martin, the clubs, the governing bodies, and the fans handle this situation could redefine the standards of rivalry conduct in Scottish football. The delicate dance between fierce competition and mutual respect is once again under the spotlight. As the next Old Firm match approaches, all eyes will be on Glasgow, waiting to see how this chapter ends, or if it merely sets the stage for even more dramatic moments to come. The whispers and rumors continue promising that Scottish football's most famous rivalry will remain as thrilling and unpredictable as ever. Hello fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.